Hello everyone, this is Proud. In this video, we are going to talk about Chapter 3. Chapter 3 is talking about the definition of money, the function of money, and how do we measure the money. Also, they talk about the evolution of money. So this is pretty short chapter for you, and I think all of you already learned some from macroeconomics. So what is money? First of all, it is an asset, so it should be the asset that you own. It's not the debt. Okay, the asset that is generally accepted as a payment for products and service or in the repayment of debt. So for sure, currency is one type of money. The banknotes and coins that you have, it can be used as a payment, and it also can be used to repay the debt. How about the cards in your wallet? Well, you have different cards for sure, right? One type of cards is considered money in economics, in money in banking. Debit card is considered money because you need to have some balance in your checking account in order to use that debit card, right? So it linked to checking account, and it is your asset. On the other hand, credit card, when you swipe the credit card, that means you are requesting a small loan or whatever that amount of money you want to pay from the bank that you have the credit card account with, and then it accept or decline whatever, right? But at the end of the day, it was your debt that you have to repay for your credit card. So credit card is not money in economics, only a debit card. How about other things? In some society, in some community, other commodity can be used as a payment for products and service as well. So in some village, they might use cows to exchange for something else. So if you ask, can cow be used as money? I would say yes, for some communities, right? You want to know more? That's a link from I think Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta, talking about cows as a form of money. So that is the meaning of money. What is the main function of money? First of all, yes, you use that to buy something. That is called medium of exchange. It acts as the medium of exchange. You know all of those functions. The second function is unit of account. So the price of products and service in an economy is measured by the unit of local currency, right? In United States, it is measured by US dollar. In Japan, you measure it by Japanese yen. In Vietnam, you use Vietnamese dong to measure the value of goods and service. So it acts as a unit of account. That's a second function. The third function is the store of value. Money is one asset that can store the value or can store your purchasing power. There are many other assets that can provide you that function, right? But money has a special feature because it has liquidity. It is ready for you to pay. it can store the value from time to time, from whenever you get the paycheck, whenever you get that amount of money, to the time that you want to spend, without losing a lot of value. Well, for sure you might have inflation, but it's not going to be a lot if your economy is in a normal condition, right? So that is one good thing about money. It provides you the store of value and also the liquidity. It is very easy to pay right away. Other assets can provide this function as a store of value as well. You can buy stock, you can buy bonds, you can have land, houses, or buy jewelry. They can store the value and for a long time, store your wealth. But whenever you want to pay for something, you have to exchange those bond, land, houses, or jewelry into money first, and then you pay for goods and services. So the liquidity of those assets is a lot lower than money. Money has a very interesting evolution. This is evolution of payment system. In the past, in the history, we use some kind of commodity, precious metal, as a medium of exchange. So we call those commodity money. Commodity money has two functions. First, it functions as the commodity itself. Like if you use cow as money, cow can function as, I don't know, help you in farming, or can be your food, right? That's the main function of the commodity. Another function is it acts like a medium of exchange. So there are two functions of cow now. Or gold. If you have some amount of gold, you can use gold as to produce jewelry, right? That's one function. Another function of gold is it can be used to be medium of exchange or unit of account, also store value. So it acts like a money. That is commodity money. Fiat money is the paper currency that guaranteed by the government. Check is the instruction to transfer some amount of money from one bank to other bank. So let's take a look in each of these. Commodity money. Normally in many societies in the past, they use precious metal or valuable commodity such as gold or silver to be their money, right? The problem of this type of money is it is pretty hard to transport, and it is limited by the supply of that precious metal, of that commodity. So for example, in one society, you might have a lot of transaction happening. So there are a lot of demand for money. However, you have limited amount of gold to make the golden coins like this. So that is the limitation to expand the money supply in that society. That's why they try to change money into other form. Okay, but in the past, gold was used a lot because it's the easiest one to transport compared to other commodity money. If you are interested to study more, this is the link. Why was gold used as money over all other elements? Fiat money. So from gold, coins, and precious metal, it's very hard to transport. So they come up with something else that is easy to transport. And the lightest thing they can come up with is paper. So that come fiat money. They start by paper currency. guarantee that it was convertible into coins or some fixed amount of precious metal, so-called gold standard during that time. So if you have a banknote, the central bank or some commercial bank say, you can use this banknote and come back to us. We're going to pay you some amount of gold back to you. So it's pretty strong guarantee, right, during that time. And it actually starts from some commercial banks. You know, when people transport from the East Coast to West Coast, they don't want to carry a lot of gold. So they said, I deposit some gold in your bank. Can you make a banknote? That's why it's called banknote. A piece of paper saying that I have some amount of gold deposit with you. And then I can carry that paper to guarantee for my purchase something from the West Coast, something like that. So it starts from that kind of system. And then when the gold standard was abandoned, well, there's a whole lot history about that. But yeah, we don't have that system anymore. When you have the banknote and you go to the central bank, they are not giving you the gold anymore. They are going to give you maybe the newer printed banknote. So it's not gold standard anymore. In this period of time, we have something called fiat money. It is the paper currency, and it is guaranteed that by the government that it can be paid for debt, but it cannot be convertible into coins or precious metal anymore, because the limitation of gold make the value of money so fluctuate in the past. And also we went to war and all sort of political issue. That's why we abandoned the gold standard. So right now your banknote is guaranteed by the government that yes, it can be used as a medium of exchange. It has that signature of someone, you know, Treasury of United States say that this is legal tender. So that is fiat money. And then we have checks. You don't want to carry a lot of cash, a lot of paper with you. You can do checks or instruction to transfer money from your account to someone else's account when they deposit the check. It allows transaction to happen without the need to carry cash. So in the past, again, I don't see a lot of people carrying check anymore. They're gonna write the check for grocery, they're gonna write a check for gas or something else, right? Because they don't want to carry the cash. But at the end of the day, the store has to go to the bank and deposit the check, and then actually the Federal Reserve is the one that clearing the check among different commercial banks. Okay, Bank A, you need to transfer to Bank B by this amount because Bank B is the store bank, the bank that the store have the account with. Bank A is the customer bank, something like this. So at the end of the day, the Federal Reserve have to do the check clearing. These days it's easy because it's electronic. It's electronically clearing, so you don't have to wait too long. And now we have electronic payment. You don't have to carry check anymore. You can instruct your bank to pay another bank or another shop or store by your banking, e-banking application or on your, I don't know, web browser, right? It saves the cost from mailing the check or go to pay at the store. It transfers your money electronically. You use a lot to pay bills or pay for your purchases through e-bank. That is one type of payment that we have evolved from the commodity money and fiat money. And last one of the payment system we use this a lot. You probably don't think about it as one type of evolution, the latest stage of evolution. We have e-payment, right? E-payment is a little bit different from the previous one, electronic payment. E-payment include e-money, the money that exists only in electronic form. The first form of e-money is debit card, so you don't have to carry the cash, but you have money inside that card, right? And it transfers electronically. The more advanced form of e-money is store value card. So if you have like Starbucks card, you put the money in, and then when you go to Starbucks, you pay by Starbucks card. That is called store value card. The more sophisticated level is known as a smart card. I believe your student card is like that. It has the computer chip that allow it to be loaded with digital cash. So you're gonna transfer some amount of money into your student card, and then you can pay using your smart card at the cafeteria or the bookstore. Right? And then we don't need the card anymore. If we have cell phone, right? Cell phone now have a smart card feature as well. You can scan at Starbucks or Whole Foods. You can have their app, and you have the barcode or something, and then you scan, and then it deducts the money from your account. Another form of electronic money is e-cash. Consumer can get e-cash by transferring cash from her bank to account with an online payment platform such as PayPal. You don't touch any money at all. You just download the app, instruct your bank that, okay, we're going to transfer this money from your account to whoever you want to pay for product or service, or just transfer to your friend and family, right? So that is, I believe, the latest evolution of the payment system we have. So we talk about meaning of money. We talk about the form of payment and evolution of the payment. How do we measure the money circulating in our economy? If you have macroeconomics before, we had this before, monetary aggregates. It's called monetary aggregates. The definition is from Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve Bank main job is to control money supply. So they have to come up with the way they measure how much money is circulating in our economy. Their definition, the narrowest definition of money supply is called M1. M1 will include currency that circulating in our economy, plus traveler check. You probably don't see that anymore, but in the past, if you travel somewhere and you don't want to carry a lot of cash, you can go to the bank and get a check saying that you have this amount of money to exchange. So you can travel, and then at your destination you can get the local currency from that check. Also, it includes the balance in your demand deposit, also called checking account or other checkable deposit. So M1 by definition is the most liquid form of money, and normally they don't really pay any interest. Sometimes these days checking account pay a little bit of interest, but it is still the most liquid form of money. M2 is a broader definition of money. M2 includes everything in M1 plus some small denomination time deposit. So whatever in your saving account, sometimes your saving account have the requirement that you have to have at least some amount of money for some time, right, in order to get that interest. Let's say you have to maintain $1,000 in your saving account for every month, and then we'll pay you 2% of interest, something like that. So this kind of time deposit is a little bit more difficult to pay if you want to maintain that amount, right? You have to transfer from saving to checking account, even though this day it will do that for you automatically. So yeah, M1 plus saving deposit or small denomination time deposit. Also some account that called money market deposit or money market mutual fund share are also included in M2. Money market deposit or money market mutual fund share is saying that the bank is using your money from that account to invest in the money market. We talked about money market in the past chapter. Money market is a market that the financial instrument with the maturity date shorter than 1 year will be traded in that market. So that's what the bank is saying to you. We are using your money to trade in the money market if you have that kind of account. So that is the definition of money. And if you go to FRED, St. Louis Federal Reserve website has this database that you already visit for your assignment last week. You can see that M1 is the blue line, money stock. M2 include everything in M1 and plus saving deposit, right? So M2 right now is about this much. It increased a lot lately in 2020 because Federal Reserve cut down the interest rate by injecting a lot of liquidity or cash into the system. That's why you see a lot of M2 and M1 increase during this time. So right now we have about $18 trillion as M2. So that is chapter 3. What is money? What is the definition of money? Evolution of payment system and monetary aggregates. See you next video. Bye.